Yo, everybody, Serial Convert here for you with yet another, right? Yet another weekly benchmark video. So let me tell you, I'm like, I was supposed to be done with this freaking video maybe 5 hours ago. I woke up at 6. I overslept. It was basically, let me start from the beginning here. Kenkole event is due in 1 to 2 days. There's about 1 day, 6 hours left. 1 hour, 1 day, 5 hours, 15 minutes left in the event. I'm currently on E4 part 3. I'm on the debuff phase of Last Dance. Yesterday, I streamed all yesterday in order to basically get to the point where, I could actually get to, get to the point where I could actually finish the event. I was supposed to start streaming maybe 5 hours ago. I thought that there would be an easy draw, but then what happened is I overslept. I was supposed to wake up at 3 after midnight. I woke up at 6 in the morning. Said to myself, that's fine. He'll do this. I started doing all my daily stuff that I was supposed to do for today in advance. I did all of that. That took me an hour. I got really tired as a result. I was like, I'm going to treat myself. I'm going to get some lunch. I get some dinner, breakfast. I got a burger, right? That would make me really lethargic. Took me an hour to eat it. I watched some videos on the side. So I was basically woke up at 6. I worked until 7, doing all my daily stuff. I finished my Duolingo. I finished my Wordle. I finished my Kenkole. I'm gonna redo the dailies after this probably, because the reset doesn't happen for Kenkole until 1 o'clock, and 1 o'clock was 47 minutes ago. So basically, I'm gonna be doing that when that happens. Didn't do my voice acting. Not gonna work out today because it's my day off. Already did my daily drawing. It wasn't that great, but you know, when you're on a time schedule, you gotta work to it. And I have a very heavy tendency to perfectionize myself. So when it came down to it, it's a crutch, really. It spends a lot of time that I could be using playing Kenkole, and I should be playing Kenkole right now. So I'm talking a little bit faster than usual. I'm not going to make it to 20 minutes this time. It's going to be 10 minutes because the time is precious and the event ends soon. So basically what I've been trying to say is, worked in from 6 to 7, 8 from 7 to 8, drew from maybe 9 to 12 o'clock, finished around 12:15. 8 to 9 was probably getting ready and, you know, cleaning up after my, food and just watching a little bit more video. So basically every hour has been used for the most part, either relaxing or eating or working on my dailies. Finished at 12:15. Got hungry again. I ate the leftovers of the food I ordered because I split it into 2 segments. Leftovers, food so I could eat it later on if I got hungry again. I got hungry again because I was drawing for the last 3 hours. Even though it wasn't that great at drawing, it happened. And then I had to say to myself, well, now that you ate, and now that you drank, and now that you did all that, you should be able to, get into recording your video, and then you're going to record your video, and then once we're going to be done with this, it'll be around 2:15, and then we're going to have 2:15 until like 9:15, so that's like 6 to 7 hours to finish the remaining E4, and then when I get home from work tomorrow at 6 o'clock, because I have to go to work today because I called off sick on Sunday. I can't call off today off work. I'm gonna come in and it's gonna be 6 o'clock until 7 o'clock of tomorrow night. So we'll have basically 13 hours after I get home from work. Subtract 30 and then subtract another 30, it's more like 12 hours. To and from, of course. So it's less than 24 hours, but I heard some good talk saying that E5 is shorter than E4. That remains to be seen. I've made good progress. I've evenly spaced out everything. I've done all the stuff on the grind list. And once I'm done with this daily recording, which is a day late because I was streaming on Kankole all yesterday. I streamed on Kankole for 13 hours to get just done with the end of E3 to the end of E4, which I'm currently on. So it remains to be seen how much harder the E4 ending is going to be. Is it going to be, like, specifically mega hard, or is it going to be, like, you know, something that I could do in the span of 4 hours, and then I could get started working on E5, which is the final map. So it's not a hard difficulty to say that it's clearable. It's very within expectations. It's basically, if there was no delay though, I have been saying this a lot recently on stream. If there was no delay, I definitely would have failed this event with the current time regiments that I set for myself. But with the current time regiments in perspective to the outcome, I have a very good shot. I have about 12 plus 7 hours. I have 19 hours to clear all of E5 and the remaining part of E4. So that all considered, on top of, you know, making the daily draw every day, I'll have enough time. No. I will not have enough time to do the daily drawing. Monthly animation. Because it's going to take up all of tomorrow, and all of tomorrow is the 31st, which is the last of the month. So, yeah, like I said last week, most likely gonna you know, cancel the monthly animation. I just don't have the time for it unless I somehow clear in the next 7 hours. Very quick, like, I don't see the probability of that happening at all. And also, that would also consider to be the fact that I don't sleep at all, which I'm probably not going to sleep at all tomorrow to make it to the end of the event, because, you know, this event has been really time consuming. E4 had 4 phases. E4 alone, E1 had 4 phases, took me about 6 hours. E4 has taken me upwards of 14 to 20 hours to clear in total. And E5, I don't even know what the heck's happening over there, man. I have no clue. They say it's hard. So I have no exact idea how hard it'll be. But it's definitely going to come down to the wire. So that's why I'm ending this, you know, this episode shorter than usual, not the usual 20 minutes. Which it was never supposed to be 20 minutes. It was supposed to be like 10 minutes. But yeah. Anyway. Damon Gam from last week's weekly benchmark. I like the body. I like the head. The head is the part I worked most on. I feel like I could have worked on the body more if I had more time, but sadly, that was not the case. This week I mostly worked on simpler drawings because I was, you know, procrastinating on doing the event. I did eventually get around to doing the event. I cleared all of E1 through E4, like I said earlier. Not all of E4. I'm still on debuff phase, but you get what I mean. So I did basically easy drawings because I was super stressed at the time. I liked this one. It was pretty nice. This is just a simple drawing that I saw on anyway. They uploaded it recently, so I thought, you know, it's fitting that I have such an easy design for the day because I had less than an hour to draw that. Not very long to draw this either. I feel like I got it down pretty much. I mostly focused on the eyes. This drawing. That's the amount of like lines on it. This one was a more simpler drawing. You know, it's a full body. You know, it's a full body reference of that one video by Paragore. It was pretty good. I liked it. This is an original concept drawing. It's like the first original concept drawing I've done outside of my weekly benchmarks in maybe like 2 to 3 months. So I got really high on that because I was using it as an excuse to procrastinate off of doing the event, which I should have been doing from the start so I wouldn't be in this freaking situation in the first place, but you know how that went. I basically procrastinated by going after harder to draw drawings that are original, resulting in this. I liked it though. And this is one that took me I only slept 1 hour that day. 1 hour that day. I only slept 1 hour. I was slightly sick. I had to call off sick work because I was actually sick. And then I just drew this the entire time. And that took me like 4 to 5 hours. I like the result. But as you can see, it's a completely, mostly original drawing based on a reference of Met from the Obsolete Dream Wada Nohara bonus room scene. It could be... But basically, I tried my best. It looks pretty good to me, but to other people, it might not look that great. Especially since it's more of original design and I don't really know how to draw hands. I'm still working on that to the most part. I also feel like I didn't really do the blood around her face justice. Could have worked on it better, but, you know, it's all part of the deal. It's like the latter drawings that I've done in the last 2 days. Funnily enough, I only had an hour to really draw this, and yet it turned out to be one of the best drawings of the week. Very simple, very nice lines, kind of blurry on the edges, which is, you know, the theme for most of these drawings because I was very stressed. I wasn't really, you know, making the best kind of drawings, but very much on point. If I had more time, I would have, you know, completed it. There was supposed to be, the line was supposed to go all the way off, but I didn't have the time to fully finish that line, so it's just let bygones be bygones, honestly. It's more about meeting the benchmark than anything, and I mean, I did meet the benchmark. This is a fully curated character that actually works, and it's not like... It's mostly a reference, but I mean, you don't really need to exaggerate the pose that much when the guy is a taxi driver. Not going to be putting his hands up like this and, you know, driving it with his hands upside down. That's not going to work, right? So I just went for a more casual pose, just like he does in the anime, which I've never seen before, Taxi. And it's more of like this, rather than the reference art, it was like this. He's front facing, and then this one he's more like side facing, to the side a little. With his arm slightly upward to make it kind of look like he's making a turn. Nega Mogeko, otherwise known as Defect Mogeko. Mostly focus on using the circle as like a reference line for the head. I don't do that often. I've been trying to get into that, you know, situation more often with my drawings nowadays because the circle is the foundation of the head, and I really haven't been doing that much, especially when it comes down to source reference. This is another original drawing, but it's a simple design, so it doesn't really hold much merit. But I liked it. I liked it. I feel like it was a pretty good drawing. And this is today's drawing. It took me 3 hours to draw because it's original. It's an original sideways profile of a character. It took me a little bit of time because most of the drawings of Raisin by Nice Tack are always front facing or, you know, slightly to the side diagonal. Making a complete sideways profile took me a long while, so I wasn't able to hash out all the details. On top of the time limit crunching by on me, I didn't really have much time to think about, you know, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna do this? Is there some more things I could do? I made sure to get as many check marks off on her design as possible. And I'm planning to do another, you know, Toho character by Nice Tack tomorrow. I feel like it's a pretty, you know, Nice Tack makes pretty good things. I went onto his Twitter to check him out because it's been a while since I saw him. He hasn't been uploading many pictures like recently. I feel like he's a really good, you know, drawing artist. He really needs to make more drawings. He makes really good Toho drawings. They're very stylized, very unique drawings. I've always liked him as an artist, just like how I've always liked a few other artists that are like my main inspirations for drawing. What I aspire to, like, maybe, you know, have that style, have that kind of perspective. Because, you know, when it comes down to it, you don't really, when it comes down to drawing, it's more like you're borrowing things from other people and adding it to your portfolio, rather than you're trying to make your own exact thing. If you were trying to make your own exact thing, it would never really quite be up to snuff, because everything is a reference of the human figure, and the human figure is literally the most non-original thing, because every human being has the same or about the same human figure, at least in the rudimentary terms of the proportions to the head, to the body, to the legs, you know. When it comes down to drawing, it's all about reference and your portfolio of thinking and how you apply that to your style. And that's what brings that special mix into the bargaining tool. It's to make your own kind of style, right? I don't really feel like when it comes down to it, you can make a completely original style without it being some kind of abstract, really abstract thing. And if it is a really abstract thing, all the more for it. But then you'll be, you know, compared to other abstract things. And the human mind always has a tendency to find comparisons in order to understand something. There'll never be an artist that'll be like, oh, I don't understand what he's doing. There'll always be some way that, you know, there'll always be a high intellect enough person to say, well, I mean, comparatively speaking, even though yours looks completely original, if I compare it to the 18th century works of Galileo or like Leonardo da Vinci, I don't even know if Galileo was an actual artist, I can see from there that, you know, there is a heavy use of paint acrylic colors similar to the way Da Vinci uses it in his paintings, and so on and so on. And you could apply it to any situation, really. It's the human mind is hardwired to make comparisons, and that just happens sometimes. But anyway, it's more like a work in progress. Of course, this week has a lot of original drawings, about like maybe 4, and 3 references. I really feel like, you know, I've been making good drawings recently, but that's mostly because I'm trying to procrastinate off of doing an event, and it's honestly been just an honest pain. Just procrastinating on an event when I could have cleared it 5 days ago, and sleeping 3 hours a day, and, you know, I'm not going to be able to sleep at all tomorrow. This event is so time-consuming. It's really tiring. But I brought it onto myself, if anything. I really like Kenkole, and I'm probably going to keep playing it. Like, near certainly going to keep playing it. There is no probably. Unless something awful happens to me, I don't know. But yeah. If it comes down to it, I just feel like I need to work harder on, you know, not procrastinating. I'm procrastinating on doing Kenkole by making this video. I'm procrastinating on drawing by watching videos. I'm procrastinating on doing event by drawing longer and, you know, more curated pictures, etc., etc. It's procrastinate. My entire logic of thinking is always procrastinate this so you can procrastinate that, and then procrastinate this on top of that so that you can put it down. That's why having a schedule of daily uploads on my drawings and everything has basically kept me to this hard-scaled, you know, slope of moving up and down, but eventually moving up to a degree. And that's all I've been really hoping for. And I hope I can apply that to the rest of my understandings, like Kenkole and otherwise, because I feel like I've really been falling behind in Kenkole, and I really do need to finish this event. And as a result, I see it as something that I have to procrastinate on, and as a result, this video is now almost 19 minutes long, and it's gonna be 19 minutes long in about 5 seconds. So I'm gonna end the video here. Anyway, thanks everybody for watching. This has been Sir Comfort for you with yet another weekly benchmark video. Hopefully, I'll have finished the event by the next time this video, weekly benchmark video comes out, and I'll tell you all the good news. Hopefully. But until next time or something, I'll see you all later. Thanks so much for watching. Like and subscribe for more content coming into the future. Basically the same things as always. Until next time or something, I'll see you all later. Thanks so much for watching.